The House of Representatives has set up an ad hoc committee to examine the implementation of the Treasury single account, with emphasis on the level of compliance by government agencies. Now, the Treasury single account became fully operational in the Buhari administration, and it's an account domiciled in the CBN where all cash inflows from government agencies are channeled into. The committee investigating the implementation of the TSA held its first public hearing during the week, and committee members are not too happy at some of the findings so far.
Members of the Ad-Hoc Committee of the House of Representatives met with some key government agencies on December 12th to look into the implementation of the Treasury Single Account, TSA. Representatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and some commercial banks were all present at the investigative hearing. The chairman of the committee was concerned that nearly 50 billion naira is still in the accounts of some banks instead of the TSA account domiciled in the CBN. Committee members were curious to find out if the CBN is aware of this.
So we are aware that they are still holding some account. It's not yet 100% transfer as we speak.
If you are aware that these accounts have been operated, are you aware of the approval? Do you have the copy of the approval, or you don't have?
The only approval that I'm aware of is that of the NNPC JV account. I saw that approval from the presidency for them.
Copy of the approval?
Well, I don't have it here, but I'm sure the representative of NNPC has it.
The committee also sought to know the reasons given by the banks for this non-compliance.
You have a platform that monitors all accounts in the various banks. And if there's any bank that, any account that any bank is trying to hide from you, you have the capacity of knowing the account. And when these banks are holding these monies in this account, as the regulator and also the banker of government, scheduled with the responsibility of implementing all government policies and laws. What did you do in that regard?
There's some accounts under court processes that they are still holding, maybe under garnishee order. Some are accounts that are exempted, like the judiciary, for example, the National Assembly, for example. Those are some accounts they are still holding.
A copy of the said approval, allegedly given to the NNPC by the Chief of Staff to the President, was given to the committee.
That when a letter like this comes before an investigative committee, such as ours, when someone says he has been directed to do something, then let us see the evidence of the direction. That is what will lay to bear this matter. And that will not only finalize it as an investigative committee set up by the House to also get to the bottom of the legality, constitutionality of the matter. Even if it is an executive order, this House must get to the bottom of whether that order itself is in compliance with the provisions of the Constitution and other extant laws.
I've seen the letter from the NNPC. Incidentally, the letter is signed by the Chief of Staff to the President. We're not saying the letter is not correct, but talking as a lawyer, I want to see the approval signed by the President. It's like an executive order. And in law, the President ought to sign the executive order.
The committee gave the banks another chance to also appear, insisting that the top management of the banks must present themselves before the committee unfailingly.